महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. So we have been discussing Mula Vidya Nirasa. The real Vedanta has begun now in the second chapter. Earlier in the first chapter, how to discuss. We discussed how to discuss. Okay? Am I correct? Is today Friday? 26th. 26th is just a minute. 26th Friday. So I'm correct. I'm wondering whether I'm okay. 26th is Friday. So Mula Vidya Nirasa only. In Mula Vidya Nirasa Nodi, Purvapakshi told that Jagat is Vyavaharika. Jagat is Vyavaharika, no doubt. Means it is the waking world is transactionally available, unlike dream. Okay? The waking is unlike dream because dream is only apparent but not available for using it. Available for transaction, for interaction, whereas the waking world is available for interaction. In spite of this difference, in spite of this much of difference of waking from the dream, yet the waking is also unreal and false. How? How do you say? Paramarthikatvam. See, we don't accept it to be Paramarthika, therefore it is unreal. You see, just because you accept or don't accept, it becomes that. You accept something to be unreal, therefore it becomes unreal. Show how it is unreal. By just accepting, you can't call it. Okay? Yet we don't see, though waking is what they mean to say is, although waking is real compared to dream, although waking is more real compared to dream, yet it is not absolutely real. That's they want to say. But by showing a lot of contrast with the dream, you have not made anything. By contrast, by showing the contrast with dream, that it is more real than dream, it is more real than dream because it is transactional, it is not unreal like dream, it is not unreal like dream. Everybody knows it is not unreal like dream. You don't need a big elaborate explanation and Vedanta and technical, using Sanskrit, Vyakarana, Pandityam and all that is meaningless. Everybody knows world is world, we have been interacting. By showing that waking is different from dream, you keep on proving. You tell me how waking is unreal. You tell me that. And he says, because waking is unlike a dream. Yes, we know waking is unlike dream. You tell how waking is, because waking is a transactional reality. Waking is a transactional reality, Vyavaharikam. Then I told, okay, it is Vyavaharikam reality, but how do you say it is only Mithya? And he says, you have accepted it is Vyavaharik reality. That means it is not Paramarthika. Similarly, just like this, what Swamiji says presents here, the Purvapakshi, the same way they would argue. I was also talking to some Pandita. I told regarding the world, see, we are experiencing in all our Vyavahara, we are experiencing that the world is real. How do you say it is? You know what his reply is? You told that it is Vyavahara, that means it is not Paramarthika. You already accepted. See. By using another word, he says that you have accepted. This is so childish and silly and utter foolishness. Anyway, that's what they do. They use a lot of words to confuse rather than clarify. Okay? See here. You say waking is not apparent, but it is utilitarian reality. It has got a useful reality. Okay? It is not a useless appearance, but it is a useful appearance. Useful means it has got a certain degree of reality. Okay. That the way world is useful, that we are interacting is okay. Now tell me how it is unreal. You tell that. He says, Tayorna param, because we don't accept it to be absolute reality. How? We don't accept means on what basis? On what basis you say that we don't accept? On what basis? But you have to show. You have to show what is Paramarthika. Without showing what is Paramarthika, if you by just accepting waking is only useful Vyavaharika alone, but not Paramarthika. But when we are experiencing waking, it is not only Vyavaharika, itself is eternal. Itself is eternal. How do you say it is not Paramarthika, it is not Paramarthika? You have to show that. He says, Ayameva Parama. Now the Swamiji or Siddhanti says that you have not shown what is Paramarthika. You have not defined. You have not shown what is Paramarthika, with reference to which we could say waking is unreal. And now he is replies it, Samsarasya anidyavadyakatvat. See, samsara is born of ignorance, he says. And it can be negated by knowledge. Asamsara vimokshanat pratiyamanam jagat vyavaharikam. See, you say, he is asking, dream is negated. We experience that dream is negated. Okay. We experience dream is falsified, but we have never experienced waking as falsified. Okay. As we experience dream as false, waking is not falsified like that. If waking was also falsified like dream, we could have accepted it to be unreal. Okay? If waking is not falsified like dream, how do you answer? Okay? And he says, yes, we accept. Waking is not falsified every day like dream. That is because it continues until Jnanam takes place, it continues. Dream is falsified because dream is a pratibhasikam, everyday falsified. Waking is, by contrasting with dream, he is proving it as mithya. See, all his proof is, by contrasting with dream, he is proving waking as mithya. What a wonder. You see that's the difference? Yeah, we cannot falsify waking. We cannot falsify the waking state or waking world like we are doing dream every day. Yet waking is falsifiable. You have to accept that it is mithya. It is falsifiable. How? Because it is born of ignorance. Yet you have to accept that it is falsifiable. Okay? It is falsifiable. How? Because it is, his answer is, because it is born of ignorance and it will go only by knowledge. Dream, to wake up from dream, you don't need knowledge. See, this is what they present. They present, to waking up from dream automatically happens. You don't need Brahmajnanam. To wake up from dream, without any knowledge, Means you just wake up like that. But to wake up from dream, you need knowledge, because it is born of ignorance. See how they talk. Dream is not born of Mula Vidya, but dream is only a mind's projection. Therefore, when you stop the mind's projection, you wake up. Waking up from dream, you don't need jnanam. See, they talk like that. To wake up from dream, you don't need knowledge. But whereas to wake up from waking, wake up means to understand its mithyatvam, you need knowledge. That's why you are unable to understand waking as mithya. See, they say, we understand dream as mithya, but we are unable to understand waking as mithya. Okay, this is our doubt. You know how they answer? The Mula Vidyavadi answers, yes, dream is understood every day as a mithya because you wake up from dream without Brahmajnanam. Have you done Vedanta Vichara when you are in dream? Have you studied Vedanta? Has any guru taught you Vedanta? Did you do Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana to wake up from dream? You have not done anything. You didn't need it. You woke up on your own. Okay? But from the waking, you can't wake up like that. That's why you are suspecting that waking is real. Okay? Because waking can go away only when you gain Vedantic knowledge. But why did we need Vedantic knowledge for dream? They say, in dream, you did not need Brahmajnanam. Without jnanam, you woke up, because that is only a mental conception. Whereas the dream, whereas for the waking, you need Brahmajnanam. Why? Why this different? Yeah, this much of difference we accept. This much of difference is there. Waking is different from dream. Because waking is born of ignorance, and therefore it needs jnanam definitely in order to wake up. It definitely needs jnanam alone in order to wake up from waking to the Paramarthik Satya. But in order to wake up from the dream, you don't need this much. Okay? This is what they try to say. ಜಾಗ್ರದವಸ್ಥಾ ಸ್ವಪ್ನಾವಸ್ಥಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಬೇರೆ. ಸ್ವಪ್ನಾವಸ್ಥದಿಂದ ಯಾವ ಜ್ಞಾನವಿಲ್ಲದೆ ನಾವು ಚೇತರಿಸಿಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ, ಎಚ್ಚರಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಎಚ್ಚರದಿಂದ ಪಾರಮಾರ್ಥಿಕ ಸತ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಜ್ಞಾನವಿಲ್ಲದೆ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ನೀವು ಇಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಸಂದೇಹ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಿ. ವ್ಯಾವಹಾರಿಕ ಸತ್ತ ಆಗುವುದರಿಂದ, ಸಿನ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ ವ್ಯಾವಹಾರಿಕ ರಿಯಾಲಿಟಿ, ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನಲ್ ರಿಯಾಲಿಟಿ, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಬಾರ್ನ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಗ್ನೊರೆನ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಗೋ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಬೈ ನಾಲೆಡ್ಜ್. Dream is only imagination, therefore by stopping imagination you could wake up. ಕನಸು ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನಸ್ಸಿನ ಕಲ್ಪನಾ ಆಗುವುದರಿಂದ ಕಲ್ಪನಾ ನಿಂತು ಹೋದರೆ ನೀವು ಯಾವ ಜ್ಞಾನವಿಲ್ಲದೆ ಚೇತರಿಸಿಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದು ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀರಿ. ಬಟ್ ವೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಹಾಗಲ್ಲ. ವೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ವಪ್ನಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಮೋರ್ ರಿಯಲ್. ಓಕೆ, ಯು ನೀಡ್ ಜ್ಞಾನಂ. ಬಟ್ waking is also mithya, it is falsified. How do you know that you wake up from dream? Because it is, how do you know that you are likely to wake up from waking state to the Paramarthik reality? Where is Paramarthik reality? Paramarthik reality, how do you know? You will know it only after waking up. Okay? How do you know Paramarthik reality? You would not know until you wake up, they say. Okay? Paramarthik reality, you will know only after waking up. Okay? How will you know now? You have to wake up from waking state to the Paramarthik reality. And you will know it only after you wake up, not before waking up. Okay? That how do I know that the waking is false and I need to wake up and there is another state? How do I know? Why can't I say that waking itself is real? No, you will have to wake up. Because Shastra says. How, on what basis Shastra says? Because Shastra says it is born of ignorance. The waking world is born of Mula Vidya, and that by Jnanam that Mula Vidya can be destroyed and you will wake up. from the waking state and you will go to the Paramarthika Satta. That's what they say. But how do you know that the waking state is born of avidya? They say because waking state is, why can't we say it is like dream alone? Why do you say waking is different from dream and not exactly like dream? Okay? Why do you say waking is different from dream? Why not like dream? Because waking is born of ignorance. Waking is ajnanajanyam. It is produced by ignorance and it will not go like dream. It will not go like dream. Dream just you wake up. No, without knowledge you wake up. But from the waking you can't wake up without Brahmajnanam. You need Brahmajnanam. Okay. Now he says, samsarasya avidyakrutatvat. Okay. Tasyascha vidyaya prahana sambhavat. Since waking state is only produced by ignorance and tasyaha prahanasya, adu only by knowledge it will go and not other way. But definitely it will go, that will I tell you. It will go only by knowledge and definitely by knowledge. Okay? Prahiyamanatvat samsaramithyatva vagame. When you understand waking is unreal, okay, then the samsara will go away. But how do you know? He says, asamsara vimokshat pratiyamanam jagad vyavaharikam. Therefore, until the dawn of knowledge, waking world continues. Therefore, it is vyavaharika. It is not like dream that you will wake up every day like that. You can't. You have to wait, you have to gain knowledge until the jnanam, it will continue. Dream, you don't need it, it will quickly go away. First thing is, it will go away quickly. One reason is, dream goes away quickly. Second is, you don't need knowledge. Okay? Dream goes away quickly and without knowledge. Okay, but whereas waking doesn't go quickly, it takes a long time. Okay? Waking takes a long time and goes by knowledge, definitely by knowledge. Okay? But why not go now? Because you have not gained knowledge. How will it go? But why not the waking go now? No, it can't go. You have to get jnanam. Only after jnanam it will go. But only after jnanam not. Okay? Only after jnanam. Who says that? Mula Vidya is difficult to understand because you see we are shifting the Purvapakshi Siddhanti. Who says this? Mula Vidyavadi. Okay? It will go only by knowledge. But it is true. But thing is still they are not clear. See, asamsara vimokshat pratiyamanam jagat vyavaharikam. Therefore, until you gain jnanam, and when it goes only by jnanam, it goes only by jnanam. It will go, not goes away. It will go only by jnanam, and until the dawn of knowledge, the world continues. Unlike a dream. Dream just quickly goes away on its own. Therefore, it is vyavaharikam. It is long time and until jnanam. Until jnanam it continues. Therefore, it is called vyavaharikam. But swapnashrayastu pratancha pratidinam badhyate. But whereas dream world just goes away, pratidinam badhyate ityan vishesho abhyupagamyate. This much difference we show you. Eva asmabhihi tato na virodaha. Therefore, no problem. What common man says is different. Common man says, dream is unreal, okay, but waking is not. Yes, we accept that. But waking is also unreal. Swapnashrayastu prapanchaha pratidinam badhyate ityetavan vishesho abhyupagamyate vasmabhihi tato na virodaha. Na. See, samsarasya avidyakrutatva siddhau vidyavinashatva siddhi. Now Siddhanti points out the defect in it. We have discussed it in the last class. See, this is such a subtle point. We need manana. Therefore, after doing manana, you come again. So second time I tell. Now he says, Siddhanti points out the defect in this prakriya, in this stand. Now this is the real Shankaracharya's prakriya. Sachidananda Swamiji's. Now I start. He is finding fault with Mula Vidyavadi. Okay? Mula Vidyavadiಗಳ ತಪ್ಪನ್ನು ಎತ್ತಿ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ ಸಚ್ಚಿದಾನಂದ ಸ್ವಾಮೀಜಿ ಪ್ರಕ್ರಿಯೆ. ಏನದು ಜಗತ್ತು ಮಿಥ್ಯಾ ಎಂಬುದು, ಹೌ ಡು ಯು ಸೇ ದಟ್ ದ ಜಗತ್ತು ಮಿಥ್ಯಾ, ದಟ್ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಗೋ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಗೋ ಬೈ ನಾಲೆಜ್. ಬಟ್ ಹೌ ಡು ಯು ನೋ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಗೋ ಬೈ ನಾಲೆಜ್? ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಮಿಥ್ಯಾ, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಬಾರ್ನ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಗ್ನೊರೆನ್ಸ್. It is born of ignorance, it will go by knowledge. Both are assumptions only. One assumption depends upon another. ಒಂದು ಒಪ್ಪಿಕೊಂಡು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಆಗುತ್ತದೆ ಅನ್ನುವುದು, ಅದು ಒಪ್ಪಿಕೊಂಡು ಇದಾಗುತ್ತದೆ ಅನ್ನುವುದು. Both are assumptions. You have not proven anything. Because you have not shown what is Paramarthika. What is Paramarthika means? He says Paramarthika is that which will come after the waking is negated. But how will you negate the waking? He says, by knowing the truth, you will negate the waking. By knowing the truth, you will negate the waking. But how do you know the truth? By negating the waking, you will know the truth. By negating the waking, by falsifying the waking, you know the Paramarthika Satta. But how do you know? How do you negate? By knowing the truth, you negate the waking. Is this good? By knowing the truth, you negate the waking. You falsify the waking state. But how do you falsify? By knowing the Paramarthika Satya. But where is that Paramarthika Satya? You will know that only after negating waking, not before negating the waking. How will you know Paramarthika Satya? This is the explanation. You understand now? How they become Anyonyashraya. This is what I was also finding. When I listened to them, when I studied Vedanta in the beginning days, it was in 1978. I was also finding the same difficulty. Because they assume that the waking is Vyavaharika and it is going to be. And another thing is, you say, how do they define mithya? Because satchet na badyeta, asatchet na pratiyeta. It is sadasadbhyam anirvachaniyam is mithya. Waking is mithya. The world, samsara world is mithya. This is what they say. They say, Jagrat, that means the samsara is mithya, the world is mithya. How? The world is mithya because mithya means anirvachaniya. Okay? Mithya means anirvachaniya. How? Because it is not non-existent, because it is visible. Do you need to say this? That the waking is visible, therefore it is not non-existent. Okay, note it. ಪ್ರಪಂಚವು ಇಲ್ಲ ಎಂದಲ್ಲ, ಏಕೆ ಕಂಡು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಇದು ಹೇಳಬೇಕಾ ನೀವು? ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲವಾ? ನೋಟ್, ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಮಿಥ್ಯಾ ಅಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ಎಂದಲ್ಲ, ಇದಿದೆ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಇದು ಇದೆ, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದೇರ್, ಯು ಆರ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಇಟ್. ಯು ಕಾಂಟ್ ಸೇ ದಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಡಸಂಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಸ್ಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಸೇ ದಟ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಇಟ್. ಯು ಆರ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ರೆಫರಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಅವರ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ದಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದೇರ್. True. But it is mithya, you have to accept that it will go. How? Satchet navadyeta. If it is real, it would not have been negated by jnanam. How? The jnanam will come. Keeping the future jnanam in view, you call it mithya. Okay. Future will come or not, how do you know? Future is only an assumption. Okay, keeping the jnanam which will come, and you say it is mithya. Satchet nabhadyeta, but it is going to be falsified by jnanam. You say first it is not non-existent, idu illa endalla. It is not non-existent because it is visible. Already you know it, you don't have to say, that is a meaningless. That it is mithya because it is going to be, that has not happened. First is already known, second has not happened, second is only assumption, first is only unnecessary repetition. First is only repetition, you don't need to say. Second is only assumption, and you say that the world is mithya. Okay? First is a repetition already known. Second is only an assumption. Okay. What is assumption? That it will be falsified by jnanam, therefore it is not reality, it is not absolute reality, because it is going to be falsified. Going to be is only an assumption. Okay. Therefore, this way you have proven waking is also mithya. So, you have to show what is the paramarthika satta, and waking is not like that, therefore it is mithya. Like what? Waking is not like what? It is not real. Real means where is it? Samsarasya avidyakrita, because it is born of ignorance and it will go only. This is the same argument they repeated. Therefore, avidyakritattva siddhiriti siddhyoha paraspara mukha nirikshana asakti. Then you know, you have not defined paramarthika satta. This is what Siddhanti objected. Now Purvapakshi comes. Mula Vidyavadin says, we will show paramarthika satta is not in the anubhava of all of us. But you have to accept paramarthika satta is there. You have to accept paramarthika satta is there, although it is not in our anubhava. How? On what basis? Shruti says, or Jnani's anubhava, it is there. Take Jnani's anubhava and accept that Jagat is mithya. Okay? Naisha prasaktirasti vidvad anubhava pramanyat. And he says, vidvad anubhava is there with reference to, with the help of Shruti's vakya or with the help of Brahmajnani's anubhava, we have to accept that there is paramarthika satta. What is the proof that there is Brahman? Tell me. Because there is a Brahmajnani's anubhava. Brahmajnani's anubhava is there, that is the proof. Naisha prasaktirasti vidvad anubhava pramanyaditi chet tatahi abhiyukta vidvamso mithya bhutameva jagat. Because Brahmajnani's anubhava is the basis, is the testimony to say that the Jagat is going to be falsified. Siddhanti asked, Siddhanti Bhashya Vedanti asked, Siddhanti asked, what is the basis of that paramarthika satta? Where is it with reference to which you can say waking is unreal? And he says, paramarthika satta is not in all our hands. It is not in our anubhava. It is only in Brahmajnani's anubhava. Okay? It is not in all our anubhava. It is in the anubhava of Brahmajnani only. That's why Brahmajnanians say Jagat is mithya. Mithya bhutameva prapancham pratijanate. They have been telling us, they have been asserting that the world is mithya. How a Jivan Mukta iti vyakhyataha. Those who are Jivan Muktas, Jnanis, they tell Jagat is mithya. Therefore, on the strength of their anubhava, we accept that the waking is falsifiable. Tasmad ayuktamidam parasparashrayate. Therefore, you can't say that both are assumptions. You can't say assumption. We are not assuming. We are going by fact. We are going by the fact. What is it? Brahmajnani's anubhava is there. We are taking that. On the strength of it, we are proving that world is mithya. On the strength of Brahmajnani's anubhava, we are proving world is mithya. We are not assuming that it will go by jnanam and then mithya and all that. It is born of ignorance and therefore it will go by knowledge. You accused us that these are only two assumptions. Not assumption, we are showing the fact. Show your anubhava. It is not in our anubhava, neither your nor our. It is not in the common man's Anubhava. Brahma is not in the Paramarthika Satta, which is Brahman, is not all our Anubhava. Who says? Mula Vidyavadin says. It is not in the Anubhava of all of us, but it is in the Anubhava of Brahmagyani. Take Anubhava, Brahmagyani's Anubhava. With reference to that, Jagat is Mithya. Oh. Now Swamiji replies. Okay, Swamiji replies, Na vadi parikalpita anubhava matrat vastu siddhya vipagame sarva siddhantanam api abhishta siddhi prasangat. Parikalpita. Just by parikalpita means an imagined that he is a Brahmagyani. Just by referring to somebody because somebody said and you, it is only assumed. Vadi parikalpita means by assuming. This is again another assumption only. Okay? It is Vadi parikalpita means he is assuming again. Debater. One of the debaters, a defender of it, an advocate of it. An advocate of it is assuming, and just by assumption of it, you are talking that it is negatable because somebody's jnanis you quote it. Jivan mukta, see, anubhava matra, parikalpita anubhava matrat, parikalpita anubhava. Somebody's anubhava, you have done a parikalpita. I think, let me see what I have done translation. Okay. I was 18th, I have to see. Okay, let me go into the next one. This is here. See, no, this does not land us in that Mula Vidyavadin says. This does not land us in the problem of Anyonyashraya, mutual dependency. Because we have the experience of Jivan Mukta on our side. The enlightened Acharyas, who are well known as Jivan Muktas, assert on the strength of their experience that the world is no doubt mithya. Okay? The world is no doubt mithya. Therefore, hence, you are imputing mutual dependency. That means your accusation, accusing us of mutual dependency on our view is unwarranted. Okay, Siddhanti says no, it is not right because firstly because something were proven to be the fact merely by citing or referring to somebody's experience. See, by quoting or somebody's experience, by quoting or citing somebody's experience, you can't prove anything. Okay, a truth has to be a universal fact. It has to be universal anubhava. It based upon somebody's personal experience, you can't prove anything. Hence, imputing mutual, something were proven to be a fact merely by citing or referring to somebody's experience. Then, if you quote somebody's experience, and on the strength of somebody's experience, if you say it is Jagat is mithya, then problem. Then anything can be proven that way. We can quote another person's experience and say that this is Satyam. Because if you say somebody told Jagat is mithya and you are quoting his experience, in that way you can quote another's experience, and some Dvaitin says that no, I have experienced Jagat is mithya. Paramarthika, Jagat is Satyam, Paramarthika Satyam alone. Now whom to believe now? If you quote somebody's anubhava, somebody can quote another person's anubhava. Then again, both are only quoting both are believing others' anubhava, both are matter of beliefs alone. If you believe somebody's anubhava and say that it is mithya, and this person believes another man's anubhava and he says that no, Jagat is Satyam, it is not mithya. Now both are only beliefs alone. Then it would mean that whichever Siddhanta one wants would be established in that way. Because you have got one Jnani to quote and the opponent has got his own Jnani, his own Acharya to quote. You say your Guru has proved Jagat to be, your Guru has experienced Jagat to be Mithya, and he says his Guru has experienced Jagat to be Satyam. Both are depending upon somebody's Anubhava. Both are depending upon others' Anubhava, on the strength of others' Anubhava, they are trying to prove. This cannot be proven. Vadi parikalpita Anubhava matra. If that is the Siddhantanam, Abhishta Siddhi Prasangat, in that case, anybody can prove anything by taking somebody's Anubhava as real, and then anything can be proven. With that thing, the truth cannot be determined. Okay. Next, Nahi, second point. Swamiji comes to the second point. Second thing is, secondly, now, because every view Siddhantan is claimed, asserted to be the experience of some or other person. See, every school, every Siddhanti has got his own gurus, his own acharyas Anubhava as a basis. You have got your gurus Anubhava as a basis, then he has got his own Guru's Anubhava as the basis. Each person quotes his own Guru's Anubhava. That way, then all people have got all their own Gurus. Then different Gurus are there. They talk of different things. Then all the Siddhantas are equally real. Yeah, some people told like that. All the Anubhavas are equally real. Therefore, all the Siddhantas are equally real. This is one way. With that way, anybody can say anything that is real. That is Tattva. That means there is no such thing called Tattvam. Whichever you like, that becomes a Tattvam. This is what they are trying to say. Some people try to say that. Anybody, all Gurus, all Acharyas, whoever says something, it is the truth. That means there is no truth at all. Whichever you like, that becomes a truth. Your liking is the truth ultimately. Secondly, okay, now coming to the second. Secondly, not all the schools of philosophy accept your criterion of citing a Jivan Mukta's experience as an evidence. Okay? Nahi Jivan Muktanubhavam sarvepi vedantino anumanyante. Okay. All the people don't accept Jivan Muktas, citing the Jivan Muktas Anubhava as an evidence to prove something, as a valid evidence to prove something, because whom you call as a Jivan Mukta distinguishes it from other states. Oh, I missed my page. Where is the page? It is here. Whom you call Jivan Mukta may not be accepted to be Jivan Mukta by another person. If you accept somebody as a Jnani, as a Siddha Purusha, others may think that he is not Jnani, he is not Siddha Purusha, he will accept to somebody else. Now where will you go? Or he may believe somebody else to be a Jivan Mukta. Or some people may not accept anybody as Jivan Mukta. Some people say nobody can be a Siddha Purusha, everybody has to believe and be a sadhaka. After death alone you will attain it, somebody may say. So this citing some Siddha Purusha, Jivan Mukta's Anubhava is also a flimsy, because it is not a conclusive one, because this also gives rise to dispute alone, it doesn't settle the dispute. Okay, then third point. Nacha idam paramartha sattva swarupa abhiyukta vachanaika gamyam. Third point is the nature of the truth. Paramarthic reality cannot just be believed, cannot just be accepted on the strength of belief alone. Words of a given person, then it remains only a belief, because Vabbanu Brahmagnani and Oppukondu, by accepting somebody's words, if you believe, then it is only a belief. It's not an Anubhava Siddha, because it remains only a belief and not a matter of fact for the believer. Fourth point, argument Swamiji is giving. Fourth argument, Swarupa, Nachedam Paramartha Satta Swarupam Abhiyukta Vachanaika. Fifth, Apicha Jivan Muktaha Kasyam Avastayam Etat Sangirante. This is the most important point. Fourth point. Fourth argument, are you able to understand? I am confusing. I think if you hold the book, it would have been better. But even then, if you can listen to my argument or note down, at least you can make notes while listening point by point, then it will be easier for you to understand. If you have the book, that's best. Or even if you have the book, it is better to keep a notebook and say 1, 2, 3 point, and it will be easy. Now the fourth argument. Fourth point is, suppose there is a Jivan Mukta. Let us say that he knows that Jagat is Mithya, waking world is Samsara, the world is Mithya. So, apita Jivan Muktaha kasyam avasthayam etat sangirante. When do they come to know that the waking world, this world is Mithya? When will they come to know? Being in the waking state or going out of the waking state? How will they know? See that na tavat jagrata, by remaining in waking state, Jivan Muktas teach others. Jivan Muktas teach the waking state, waking world is unreal, by being in waking state or by outside the waking state. When do they understand? Where do they understand? And how do they teach? By staying where? Where do they stay when they are teaching? When they are teaching waking world as real, do they remain in waking state or go out of the waking state? Okay? Teach which of the states do they remain while they teach that Jagat is Mithya? This is a good question. Kasyam avasthayam etat sangirante. By staying in which state do they understand and teach others? Not in any one of the three states, waking, etc., because this goes against your own accepted stand. Natavat jagradavasthayam anyatamayam. They can't, that Jnani or Jivan Mukta cannot live either in waking state or dream state or deep sleep state to teach us that the world is Mithya. To teach us world is Mithya, where does he stay? Tell me. Does he stay in waking state and teach us? It is obviously contradictory. Okay? Abhyupagama virodhat. Because you say he understands waking world as a Mithya. If he understands waking world as a Mithya, how can he stay in the waking world, the Mithya world, and teach us? Okay? Abhyupagama virodhat. Because jagradadi sarva samsara dosha vinirmukta hi jivan mukta abhyupagamyante yashmabihi. You accept that all the waking, dream and deep sleep, all the three states are Mithya. By knowing all the three states as Mithya, he becomes Jnani. Then if he is Jnani, then he must have understood all the three states as Mithya. If he has understood all the three states as Mithya, then that means he cannot live Mithya means they don't exist. Then he cannot live in any of the states. Okay. That the Jivan Muktas are free from all the three states. You told Jivan Mukta is a Jnani who is free from all three states. Okay. Since the states are born of avidya, okay, he cannot be in waking state and teach us. Because you told waking state is born of avidya. And if he sees does he see the waking state or not? If he sees the waking state, if he lives in the waking state, then he is also avidyavan, he is also ignorant. But if he transcends the waking state, he has not understood the mithyatvam. That means if he lives in the waking state, then he has not understood waking state as mithya. Or if he has understood, if he removed the avidya, if he understood waking state is mithya by removing avidya, then he has transcended waking state. So he can't live in the waking state. He has transcended the waking state and he cannot live in the waking state. Then how can he teach us by living in the waking state? Or dream state? Or deep? In which state does he live in order to teach us? This is a very important question. A Jnani who teaches that the world is mithya, where does he stay while teaching us that the waking world is mithya? ಅಭ್ಯುಪಗಮ್ಯ ತಥಾ ಚ ಇದಾನೀಂ ಪುನರುಚ್ಯತೆ ಜಾಗ್ರತಾತ್ ಅನ್ಯತಮವಸ್ಥಾಯಾಂ ಜೀವನ್ಮುಕ್ತ ಸಂಸಾರಮೋಪದಿಶಂತೀತಿ ತದಾ ಕಥಂ ನ ವ್ಯಾಘಾತಃ. ಇಫ್ ವಿ ಅಸ್ಯೂಮಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್ ದ ಜೀವನ್ಮುಕ್ತ ವೈಲ್ ಸ್ಟೇಯಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಸ್ ಟೀಚ್ ಅದರ್ಸ್, ಈ ಸ್ಟೇಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ ವೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಟೀಚಸ್ ಅಸ್. ಜಾಗೃತ ಅವಸ್ಥೆ ಜ್ಞಾನಿ 3 ಅವಸ್ಥೆಗಳನ್ನು ಮಿಥ್ಯಾ ಎಂದು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿರುವ ಜ್ಞಾನಿ ಯಾವ ಅವಸ್ಥೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದುಕೊಂಡು ನಮಗೆ ತತ್ವವನ್ನು ಉಪದೇಶ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ? ಜಗತ್ತು ಮಿಥ್ಯಾ ಎಂದು ಹೇಳುವಾಗ ತಾನು ಯಾವ ಜ್ಞಾನಿ ಆದವನು ಯಾವ ಅವಸ್ಥೆಯಲ್ಲಿರುತ್ತಾನೆ? ಯಾವ ಅವಸ್ಥೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದುಕೊಂಡು ನಮಗೆ ಉಪದೇಶ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ? ಅವನು ಜಾಗೃತ ಅವಸ್ಥೆಯಲ್ಲೇ ಇದ್ದುಕೊಂಡು ಉಪದೇಶ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನಾ? ಹಾಗಾದರೆ ನೀವೇ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಿರಲ್ಲ ಜಾಗೃತ ಅವಸ್ಥಾ ಅವಿದ್ಯಾಕಲ್ಪಿತವಾಗಿದೆ, ಅದು ಮಿಥ್ಯಾ ಎಂದು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡವನು ಜ್ಞಾನಿ. ಅಂದರೆ ಜಾಗೃತ ಅವಸ್ಥದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಅವರು ಜಾಗೃತ ಅವಸ್ಥೆ ಮಿಥ್ಯಾ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಆಗಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಅವಿದ್ಯೆ ಹೋಗಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಅಲ್ಲ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಜಾಗೃತ ಅವಸ್ಥೆ ಹೋಯಿತು ಅಂದರೆ మరి ಜಾಗೃತ ಅವಸ್ಥೆ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲವೇ? ಅವರು ಜಾಗೃತ ಅವಸ್ಥೆ ಬಿಟ್ಟಿರುವವನು, ಜಾಗೃತ ಅವಸ್ಥೆ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲದವನು ಎಲ್ಲಿದ್ದುಕೊಂಡು ಉಪದೇಶ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ ನಮಗೆ? ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಸ್ ಟೀಚ್ ಅದರ್ಸ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ದ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಡಿಕ್ಟರಿ, ಇದು ವಿರೋಧವಲ್ಲವೇ ಎಂದು ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ. ಮೋರ್ ಓವರ್ ಅವರು ದೇರ್ ಫೋರ್ ಜೀವನ್ಮುಕ್ತ ಕೆನ್ ನಾಟ್ ಹಿಮ್ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಅದರಿಂದ ಸಂಸಾರವು ದೋಷ, ಸಂಸಾರವು ಅವಿದ್ಯಾಕಲ್ಪಿತ, ಸಂಸಾರ ಈಸ್ ಅವಿದ್ಯಾಕಲ್ಪಿತ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ವೇಕಿಂಗ್ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್, ದ ಲೈಫ್ ಇನ್ ದ ವೇಕಿಂಗ್ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್, ದ ಲೈಫ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಟೀಚಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್ ದ ಲಿವಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ದ ವೇಕಿಂಗ್ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್, living in the world, being a part of the world is avidya, he has to teach. Being in the part of the world is avidya, he has to teach, isn't it? Being in the waking or living in the waking world is samsara, is due to avidya, he has to teach us. ಜ್ಞಾನಿ ಏನು ಟೀಚ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ನಮಗೆ? ಜಾಗೃತ ಅವಸ್ಥೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನಿದ್ದೇನೆ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುವುದೇ ಸಂಸಾರ, ಅದು ಅವಿದ್ಯಾಕಲ್ಪಿತ ಎಂದು ನಮಗೆ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು. ಅಂದರೆ ನಾನು ಜಾಗೃತ ಅವಸ್ಥೆಯಲ್ಲಿದ್ದೇನೆ ಎಂದು ಅವರಿಗೆ ಇರಬಾರದು, ಆವಾಗಲೇ ಅವರು ಜ್ಞಾನಿ. ನಾನು ಜಾಗೃತ ಅವಸ್ಥೆಯಲ್ಲಿದ್ದೇನೆ, ಐ ಆಮ್ ಇನ್ ದ ವೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್. ಇಫ್ ಹಿ ಥಿಂಕ್ಸ್ ದಟ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಲಿವಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ದ ವೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್, ದೆನ್ ಹಿ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಎ ಜ್ಞಾನಿ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಹಿ ಈಸ್ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಟು ಅವಿದ್ಯಾ. ಅವರು ಅವಿದ್ಯಾವಂತನಾಗ್ತಾನೆ. ದೆನ್ ಆ ಅವಿದ್ಯವನ್ನು ಕಲ್ಕೊಂಡಲ್ಲವೇ ಅವರು ಜ್ಞಾನಿ ಆಗುವುದು. ಹಿ ಬಿಕಮ್ಸ್ ಎ ಜ್ಞಾನಿ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಬೈ ನೆಗೇಟಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್ ಅವಿದ್ಯಾ, ಫಾಲ್ಸಿಫೈಯಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್ ಅವಿದ್ಯಾ, ಡೆಸ್ಟ್ರಾಯಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್ ಅವಿದ್ಯಾ, ವಿಚ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಹಿಮ್ ಲಿವ್ ಇನ್ ದ ವೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ಅವಿದ್ಯನೇ ಕಾರಣ ಅಲ್ಲವೇ ಜಾಗೃತ ಅವಸ್ಥೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ ಅನಿಸುವುದಕ್ಕೆ, ಜಾಗೃತ ಪ್ರಪಂಚದಲ್ಲಿದ್ದೇನೆ. that avidya is the cause of his experience of living in a waking state. Avidya is a cause of his experience of living in a waking state. Okay, living in the waking world. If that is avidya, then he becomes a ಜ್ಞಾನಿ by destroying that avidya. ಆ ಅವಿದ್ಯೆಯನ್ನು ಕಲ್ಕೊಂಡಲ್ಲವೇ ಅವರು ಜ್ಞಾನಿ ಆಗುವುದು. He becomes a ಜ್ಞಾನಿ by destroying that very avidya which is responsible for samsara anubhava. What is samsara anubhava? That I am a part of the waking world and I am experiencing, I am subject to waking world. I am interacting with the waking world, I am affected by the waking world. Okay, I am a part of the waking world, affected by the waking world, I am interacting with the world. Part of the world, interacting with the waking world, affected by the waking world. If he has this experience, then that experience is samsara, and that is due to avidya. This is what you told. Yes, we have accepted that much. If that is the case, then how does he transcend? So, abhyupagamya punaruchyate chet idanim punaruchyate jagradadi anyatam avasthayam. See, by staying in which avastha will he point out that this is mithya? That living in the waking world is mithya, or dream or deep sleep. Mithya he will point out by staying in which world he will point out to us. Samsara dosham upadishanti. He teaches the defect. ಸಂಸಾರ ದೋಷವನ್ನು ನಮಗೆ ಉಪದೇಶ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ, ಸಂಸಾರವು ಮಿಥ್ಯ ಎಂದು ಹೇಳಬೇಕಾದರೆ ತಾನು ಯಾವ ಅವಸ್ಥೆಯಲ್ಲಿದ್ದುಕೊಂಡು ನಮಗೆ ಉಪದೇಶ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ? ಇದು ತುಂಬ ಸೂಕ್ಷ್ಮವಾಗಿ ಮನನ ಮಾಡತಕ್ಕದ್ದು. ನಾನು ಬೇಗ ಬೇಗ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನ, ನಾನು ತುಂಬ ರಿಪೀಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ನೋಡಿ. ಈ ರಿಪಿಟೇಷನ್ನಿಂದ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಬೇಡಿ. ತಥಾ ಕಥಂಚನ ವ್ಯಾಘಾತ್, ಇದರಿಂದ ವಿರೋಧ ಅಲ್ಲವಾ? ಜ್ಞಾನಿ ಸ್ಟೇಯಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ದ ವೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್, ಲಿವಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ದ ವೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್, ಹಿ ಟೀಚಸ್ ದಟ್ ದ ವೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಮಿಥ್ಯಾ. He himself lives in the waking state in order to teach us, but he himself has not understood that it is mithya. If he has understood, he can't continue in the waking state. If he had understood waking state, ಅವನಿಗೆ ಜಾಗೃತ ಅವಸ್ಥೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಿವಸಿಸುವುದು, ಜಾಗೃತ ಅವಸ್ಥೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವುದು ಮಿಥ್ಯ ಎಂದು ಅವರಿಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತಾದರೆ ಅದೇ ಅವಸ್ಥೆಯಲ್ಲಿದ್ದು ನಮಗೆ ಉಪದೇಶ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. ಅವರು ಅದೇ ಅವಸ್ಥೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದುಕೊಂಡು ಉಪದೇಶ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಅದು ಮಿಥ್ಯ ಎಂದು ಅವರಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಲಿಲ್ಲ ಎಂದರ್ಥ. ಅವರಿನ್ನೂ ಜಾಗೃತ ಅವಸ್ಥೆಯಲ್ಲೇ, ಜಾಗೃತ ಪ್ರಪಂಚದಲ್ಲೇ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರಿನ್ನೂ ಜಾಗೃತ ಪ್ರಪಂಚದಲ್ಲಿದ್ದರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಅದು ಮಿಥ್ಯ ಎಂದು ಹೇಗೆ ಉಪದೇಶ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ? ತನಗೆ ಮಿಥ್ಯ ಆಗಲಿಲ್ಲ, ನಮಗೇನು ಉಪದೇಶ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ? ಸೊ ಇನ್ ಸ್ಟೇಯಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ವಿಚ್ ಅವಸ್ಥಾ, ಸ್ಟೇಯಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ವಿಚ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಅವಸ್ಥಾಸ್ ಡಸ್ he teach us that the waking world is ಮಿಥ್ಯಾ? ಪ್ರಶ್ನ ಅರ್ಥವಾಯಿತಾ ನಿಮಗೆ? ಹೇಗೆ ಪ್ರಶ್ನದಲ್ಲಿ ವಿರೋಧ ಇದೆ, ಕಾಂಟ್ರಡಿಕ್ಷನ್ ಇದೆ. ತಸ್ಮಾತ್ ಜೀವನ್ ಮುಕ್ತಾನಾರ್ಹಂತಿ ಸಂಸಾರ ದೋಷಂ. ದೇರ್ ಫೋರ್ ದ ಹೂಮ್ ಯು ಕಾಲ್ ಜೀವನ್ ಮುಕ್ತಾಸ್, ಆ ಜ್ಞಾನಿಗಳು, ನೀವು ಹೇಳಿರುವ ಜ್ಞಾನಿಗಳು, ದ ಜ್ಞಾನೀಸ್ ಹೂಮ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ರೆಫರಿಂಗ್ ಟು, ದೇ ಆರ್ ಲಿವಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ದ ವೇಕಿಂಗ್ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್, interacting with the waking world, live in the part of the waking world, yet they teach you waking world is samsara due to avidya. ತಾವೇ ಜಾಗೃತ ಪ್ರಪಂಚದಲ್ಲಿದ್ದುಕೊಂಡು, ಜಾಗೃತ ಪ್ರಪಂಚ ವ್ಯವಹಾರದಲ್ಲಿದ್ದುಕೊಂಡು ಅದು ಮಿಥ್ಯಾ ಎಂದು ನಮಗೆ ಉಪದೇಶ ಮಾಡುತ್ತಾರಾದರೆ ಅದು ವಿರೋಧವಾಗುತ್ತಿಲ್ಲವೇನು? ಸ್ವಯಂ ದ್ರಷ್ಟುಂ ಪ್ರಾಗೇವ ಉಪದೇಷ್ಟುಂ ಪರಾನ್ ಜಾಗೃತಾದ್ಯನ್ಯತಮ ಅವಸ್ಥಾಯಾಂ. ಓಕೆ, ಹೇಗೆ ಹೇಳುವುದಪ್ಪ? ಕಷ್ಟವಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ಲವೇ? ಆಯಿತು, ಮುಂದಿಂದು ಯದಿ ಆಯಿತು. ಅವರು ಇಫ್ ದೇ ಜ್ಞಾನಿ ಸ್ಟೇಯಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ದ ವೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ನಾಟ್ ಟೀಚ್, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಇಫ್ he is going through waking state, he has not transcended. If he is living and going through, if he is going through waking state, if he is going through waking world, he has not transcended. Okay. If he has not transcended, he can't relate to us through our waking, through waking state, because he cannot have waking state. This is a contradiction. Okay, next point. Swamiji says, okay, leave this point, though it is unanswered. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ನೀವು ಉತ್ತರ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ, ಆದರೂ ಪಕ್ಕಕ್ಕಿಟ್ಟು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಆಕ್ಷೇಪ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಅನದರ್ ಅಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಷನ್, ಕಿಂಚ ಅನ್ಯತು ಜೀವನ್ಮುಕ್ತಾನಾಂ ಜಾಗರಿತೆ ತತ್ವಮುಪದೇಷ್ಟು ಮೀಹಮಾನಾನಾಂ. ದ ಜೀವನ್ಮುಕ್ತಾಸ್, Jivanmuktas who are trying to teach us through staying in the waking state, living in the waking state, they are trying to teach us. Then where in which state did they understood Jagrata Avastha is Mithya? In which state have they understood Jagrata world is Mithya? ಅವರು ಜಾಗ್ರತ್ ಪ್ರಪಂಚವನ್ನು ಮಿಥ್ಯ ಎಂದು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡರು? ಜಾಗ್ರತ ಅವಸ್ಥೆಯಲ್ಲೇ ಇರುವಾಗ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡರ? ಸ್ವಪ್ನದಲ್ಲಿ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡರ? ಸುಷುಪ್ತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡರ? ನಿರ್ವಿಕಲ್ಪ ಸಮಾಧಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡರ? ಅವರು ನಮಗೆ ಜಾಗ್ರತ ಪ್ರಪಂಚವು ಮಿಥ್ಯ, 3 ಅವಸ್ಥೆಗಳು ಮಿಥ್ಯ ಎಂದು ಹೇಳುವಾಗ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಆದರೆ ತಾವು ಯಾವ ಅವಸ್ಥೆಯಲ್ಲಿದ್ದುಕೊಂಡು ಜಾಗ್ರತ ಪ್ರಪಂಚ ಮಿಥ್ಯ ಎಂದು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡರು? In which state have they realized, have they understood that the waking world or the samsara? Why waking world? All the states all the states are mithya. In which state have they understood? Sushuptav, have they understood Jagrati is mithya in Sushupti? Prapancha mithyatva avagamaha, in which state? ಯಾವ ಅವಸ್ಥೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಸಂಸಾರ ಪ್ರಪಂಚವೆಲ್ಲ ಮಿಥ್ಯ ಎಂದು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡರು? ಸುಷುಪ್ತಿಯಲ್ಯ, ಸ್ವಪ್ನದಲ್ಯ, ನಿರ್ವಿಕಲ್ಪ ಸಮಾಧಿಯಲ್ಯ? ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡರು? ನ ತಾವತ್ ಸುಷುಪ್ತೌ ಕೋಹಿ ಸ್ಯಾದ್ ವಿಶೇಷಃ. ಯು ಕಾಂಟ್ ಸೇ ದಟ್ ಹಿ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್ ಇನ್ ಸುಷುಪ್ತಿ. ಸುಷುಪ್ತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡರು ಎಂದು ಹೇಳೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಏಕೆಂದರೆ ಕೋಹಿ ಸ್ಯಾದ್ ವಿಶೇಷಃ ಹೇಳುವುದಾ? ಇನ್ನೂ ಇದೆ, ಟೈಮ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಇದು ಇದೇ ದೊಡ್ಡ ವಿಷಯ. ನಿಧಾನವಾಗಿ ಹೇಳೋಣ, ಇನ್ನೂ ಕೆಲವು ಅಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಇವೆ. ಒಂದು, ಈ 5ನೇದು ನಡೆಯಲಿ, 5ನೇದು 6ನೇದು ಇನ್ನೂ 2 ಇವೆ. ಈ 2 ಇವತ್ತಾಗಲ್ಲ, ನಾಳೆ ಮುಂದಿನ ಪಾಠದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಈಗ ಸಿದ್ಧಾಂತಿ ಹೇಳಿರುವ ಪ್ರಶ್ನಕ್ಕೆ ಮೂಲಾವಿದ್ಯಾ ಇರುವ ಅಂದರೆ ಜಗತ್ತು ಮಿಥ್ಯಾ ಎಂದು ಹೌ ಡು ಯು ಪ್ರೂವ್? ಫಾರ್ ದಟ್ ಹಿ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ನೋ ಬೇಸಿಸ್. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಹಿ ಸೇಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಮಿಥ್ಯಾ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ on what basis you say it is not Paramarthika Satta? He is unable to show, and he goes on wandering about, beating about the bush, keeps on raising point by point, none of them stand. This is the whole discussion. Because direct Anubhava they are not referring, that is a basic mistake. Okay? Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om Tat Sat.